Be me, I run Apex Artisans, a bespoke custom carpentry and renovation business. My world is wood dust and the smell of fresh-cut cedar, the quiet hum of saws, the precise measurement of joinery. We build dreams, true custom work. Unique furniture, intricate built-ins, even custom event structures for high-end clients. My team is small but exceptionally skilled. We pride ourselves on craftsmanship and, more importantly, structural integrity. Safety is paramount. It's what keeps clients coming back and what keeps us insured. Be not me, Luna. She was a self-proclaimed lifestyle curator and luxury experience influencer. Her entire brand was built on curated aesthetics and demanding free, high-end services for what she called unparalleled organic exposure. Luna wanted the best, but only if it cost her nothing. Her feed was endless selfies in borrowed luxury, always with a carefully crafted, often passive-aggressive, caption. Luna found us through a mutual acquaintance, another event planner we'd done exquisite work for. She didn't want a simple tent. Luna envisioned a starlight soiree for her new fragrance launch, a pop-up pavilion for a single night, perched on a bluff overlooking the ocean. It needed to be entirely transparent, a seamless bubble of glass and steel. She called it her floating cloud palace. We quoted her our standard fee for such a complex, custom-engineered, temporary structure. Her response was immediate, predictable, and dismissive. "Exposure, darling," her email began, adorned with entirely too many sparkle emojis. "Think of the reach, my 5 million followers. Apex Artisans, forever linked with the Luna brand. We can put your logo discreetly on the step and repeat." We negotiated, or rather, I tried to. She refused to budge on payment, only on the number of mentions she would generously bestow upon us. My gut screamed no. My bank balance, after a slow quarter, whispered maybe. We accepted with an ironclad contract. It included a specific clause about client-mandated structural changes. The initial design Apex Artisans proposed for her floating cloud palace was elegant and structurally sound. It featured a discreet but robust steel framework, designed to withstand coastal winds and potential rain squalls. Our engineers had meticulously calculated load bearings, wind shear, and anchoring requirements for the temporary site. We presented it to Luna with confidence. Her reaction was, true to form, immediate horror. "It's so. Industrial, darling," she cooed, wrinkling her nose at the sight of the necessary cross-bracing in the renders. "Where is the ethereal lightness? My vision is seamless, flowing. We must remove these unsightly supports." She pointed to critical load-bearing elements designed to prevent the entire structure from twisting or collapsing under lateral pressure. I explained the physics involved. "This isn't a gazebo for a garden party, Luna," I said, my voice carefully neutral. "This is a bespoke pavilion, essentially a glass box, exposed to open ocean winds. Those cross braces are non-negotiable for safety. Without them, the structure is unstable." She waved a manicured hand. "Such negativity, you are the artisans, are you not? Be creative, find a way. My followers expect perfection, not a construction site." I documented her request, my warning, and her dismissal, all in writing. Next, she insisted on cheaper materials for the main support beams. Our original plan called for marine-grade, high-tensile steel alloys, treated for corrosion. Luna found a supplier offering standard-grade aluminum at a fraction of the cost. "It looks exactly the same, darling," she chirped, attaching an image of a shiny, much thinner aluminum beam. "And it's so much lighter, easier for your team." I explained that lighter often meant weaker, that aluminum reacted differently to stress and fatigue, especially in a salty, humid environment. "This is just for one night," she argued, as if the laws of physics took a night off for influencers. "No one is going to climb the beams. It's for atmosphere, for the look." I patiently detailed the potential for buckling, for unexpected deformation under even moderate loads, exacerbated by wind. "Our liability is significant, Luna. This impacts the safety of your guests," she scoffed. "My guests are sophisticated. They won't be testing your engineering. Just make it beautiful." Again, I documented her specific material request, my explicit warnings about structural integrity, and her direct instruction to proceed. Finally, the anchoring. The chosen bluff location was stunning, but required deep, robust foundations to secure the pavilion against the strong updrafts and crosswinds. Our plan involved pre-drilled screw piles sunk deep into the earth. Luna was appalled. Screw piles, they'll destroy the pristine lawn. We need shallow ground spikes. Elegant ones, almost invisible. She emailed links to flimsy tent stakes from an outdoor camping website. Luna, the uplift forces on a structure of this size and surface area are immense, I countered, trying to keep the panic out of my voice. Shallow ground spikes will pull out like weeds in a strong gust. The entire pavilion could become a kite. She merely smiled, a predatory gleam in her eye. Then make better spikes, darling. Be an artisan. Don't be so conventional. My aesthetic demands minimal ground disturbance. Think floating, not anchored. Each interaction became a battle of wills, her absolute certainty against my professional expertise. I ended every call with an email summarizing our discussion, her demands, and my warnings. Each one went unanswered, which in our contract constituted tacit approval of the summary. My paper trail was becoming a forest. Then came the breaking point. It was 3 days before the Starlight Soiree. My team was already on site, having just finished installing the chosen, weaker aluminum frame and the insufficient ground spikes, exactly as Luna had demanded. We were meticulously following her instructions, a silent dread settling over us. The glass panels were next. Suddenly, my phone rang. It wasn't Luna. It was my junior project manager, Mark, his voice tight with barely contained fury. "Boss," he said, "Luna just called the site directly. She says the main roof support system looks too heavy. She's demanding we replace the primary steel crossbeams with those thin, decorative carbon fiber rods she saw in a magazine. She wants a lighter, almost invisible roof." My blood ran cold. This wasn't a tweak. This was a direct assault on the fundamental integrity of the roof, the very element that held the glass canopy aloft. "She said you designed it wrong," Mark continued, his voice cracking with indignation. "That it's clunky and ruins the open feel. She told me to tell the crew to swap them out immediately or she'll cancel, demand a full refund, and go scorched earth on our social media, accusing Apex artisans of incompetence and endangering her guests." The ultimatum hung in the air, heavy and noxious. My team had poured their hearts into this. The good part of the work, the precise cutting, the careful installation, and now this. I walked away from my desk, rubbing my temples. This was it. The moment I knew was coming, but had hoped to avoid. She wasn't just asking for a bad decision. She was demanding the exact failure point I had repeatedly warned her about. The combination of weaker frame, inadequate anchoring, and now a fundamentally compromised roof structure. It was a recipe for disaster. She was effectively asking us to build a house of cards, then take responsibility when it fell. My immediate instinct was to refuse, to walk away, but the contract, the exposure, the negative press if she carried out her threat, even if we were in the right. And then a different thought solidified. A cold, hard calculation. My years of meticulous contracting, of documenting every single step, every client communication, flashed through my mind. We had a paper trail, a glorious, undeniable, legally binding paper trail. This was not a bluff. This was a test, and I knew exactly how to pass it. Malicious compliance. I called Mark back. My voice was calm, almost unnervingly so. "Mark, did she put that demand in writing, an email, a text?" He hesitated. "No, she just called, but she was furious, boss. Said she expected it done before the morning." "Get her to put it in writing," I instructed. "Tell her we require written confirmation for any structural changes for project management purposes. Copy me on everything. Then proceed exactly as she demands. Every single instruction, no shortcuts, document everything." Mark paused, then a slow, dawning understanding entered his voice. "Understood, boss. To the letter." Over the next 2 days, Apex artisans went into read-only mode. We stopped arguing. We stopped advising. We became the most obedient, most meticulous builders Luna had ever encountered. Every email from her demanding a thinner column here, a removed brace there, a shallower anchor point at the last minute was met with a prompt, "Understood," proceeding as directed. We had a dedicated team member, Sarah, whose sole job was documentation. Sarah took time-stamped photographs of every single modification Luna demanded, often with a measuring tape visible against the compromised structure. She logged every instruction, every verbal demand followed by the required written confirmation. Each one referenced a specific section of our initial contract. The contract stated, client-directed structural modifications, not approved by Apex Artisans certified engineers, void Apex Artisans liability for failure unless explicitly approved in writing by said engineers. Our engineers, God bless them, had meticulously documented their refusal to approve Luna's requested changes, citing safety concerns and direct violations of local building codes for temporary structures. Those refusals were also logged, dated, and signed. My lawyer, a stern woman named Miss Albright, reviewed our growing binder of evidence. Her terse nod was all the confirmation I needed. The forecast for the day of the Starlight Soiree. A chance of heavy evening squalls and gusting winds up to 40 miles per hour. Perfect. The evening of the Starlight Soiree arrived. The temporary glass palace, now an architectural testament to Luna's hubris, gleamed precariously on the bluff. It looked exactly as she wanted. Ethereal, almost impossibly light, with a roof that seemed to float unsupported. Inside, hundreds of Luna's influencer friends and celebrity guests mingled, sipping champagne, oblivious to the structural gymnastics being performed by the wind outside. The sky was darkening ominously. I stood on the periphery, a silent observer, dressed in a sharp suit, a discreet Apex Artisans pin on my lapel. Miss Albright was nearby, indistinguishable from any other guest. Mark and Sarah were also present, each holding a waterproof tablet. The first drops of rain began to fall, fat and heavy. Then came the wind, not a gentle breeze, but a sudden, violent gust that rattled the glass panels. A collective gasp went through the crowd as the entire structure shuddered. Luna, mid-selfie with a minor reality star, shrieked, "What was that? Fix it!" Another gust, stronger this time. The roof, unsupported by the crucial crossbeams Luna had removed, began to sag visibly. A sickening creak echoed through the pavilion. Then, with a sound like tearing silk and shattering ice, one of the slender, decorative carbon fiber rods Luna had insisted on snapped. A cascade of glass panels followed, raining down onto the dance floor. The screams were deafening. Chaos erupted. People ran, tripping over each other, champagne glasses flying. The entire floating cloud palace began to buckle, its inadequate ground spikes tearing free from the soft earth one by one. The transparent walls twisted, groaned, and collapsed inwards, a spectacular ruin of shattered glass, twisted aluminum, and flimsy carbon fiber. Luckily, due to the panic and rapid evacuation, there were no serious injuries, just minor cuts and scrapes, and a whole lot of very expensive evening wear ruined. Luna emerged from the wreckage, hair askew, eyes blazing. She spotted me. "You!" she screamed, pointing a trembling finger. "You incompetent hacks, this is your fault, you ruined everything. My launch, my reputation." She was frothing, a furious, windswept caricature of her curated persona. I stepped forward, calm as a lake at dawn. "Are you absolutely certain this wasn't exactly what you wanted, Luna?" I asked, my voice cutting through the wails of the remaining guests. "Because, to the best of my knowledge, Apex Artisans followed your final instructions to the letter." Sarah, without a word, approached Luna. She held out her tablet, displaying a grid of time-stamped photos and emails. "Every design modification, every material downgrade, every anchoring change, Madame Luna," Sarah said, her voice clear and precise. "All directed by you, all explicitly warned against by our engineers, all documented." Mark stepped forward, holding a laminated binder. "Our initial, safe design and every one of our warnings," he added, "are here, along with your written directives for the changes." Luna stared, her mouth opening and closing like a fish. The words died in her throat. Her face, usually so composed for the camera, twisted into something ugly and broken. The fallout was immediate and spectacular. Police arrived, then fire services, followed swiftly by structural engineers and insurance adjusters. My lawyer, Miss Albright, moved through the wreckage with purpose, handing over our meticulously documented binder to every official who would take one. The preliminary report from the engineers was damning for Luna. Gross negligence, reckless disregard for safety, a clear case of client-mandated structural compromise. Apex Artisans was entirely cleared. Our professional conduct was even praised. Luna's exposure went viral, but not in the way she envisioned. News outlets picked up the story. eagerly reporting on the influencer whose floating cloud palace came crashing down due to her own disastrous design demands. The venue, furious at the extensive damage to their property and reputation, filed a multi-million-dollar lawsuit against her. Several injured guests, even with their minor scrapes, were already consulting lawyers. Her brand was in ruins, her carefully constructed illusion of effortless luxury shattered, exposed as a flimsy, dangerous facade. Update 1. It's been a week since the Starlight Soiree disaster. Luna's attempts to spin the narrative have failed spectacularly. Her initial social media posts blaming Apex artisans were swiftly taken down after countless screenshots of our internal documentation, leaked by someone, not me, but I have my suspicions, started circulating. The court of public opinion, usually fickle, has sided overwhelmingly with Apex artisans. My company has received an unprecedented surge in inquiries, all from discerning clients who explicitly state they appreciate our rigorous adherence to safety standards. Update 2. 1 month later, the lawsuits against Luna are mounting. Her major brand deals have evaporated, her sponsors running for the hills. Her unparalleled organic exposure has turned into a brutal, inescapable public shaming. The irony is delicious. She's been effectively blacklisted by every reputable venue and event planner in the city. Her social media accounts are now a wasteland of critical comments, and she hasn't posted in weeks. Update 3. It's been 3 months. Luna has officially declared bankruptcy. Her once thriving online presence is a digital ghost town, a monument to a spectacular self-destruction. Rumor has it she's moved back in with her parents, utterly ruined and uninsurable. Meanwhile, Apex Artisans is thriving. Our reputation for integrity, quality, and, yes, a certain grim satisfaction in seeing justice served has made us the go-to firm for those who value substance over superficiality. Business is booming. We even got a lovely handwritten thank you note from Miss Albright. Some exposure, after all, is worth more than money.